Welcome back to 3 Minute Studio. Today, we're revisiting one of Europe's most devastating natural disasters, the 1953 North Sea flood, a catastrophic storm surge that overwhelmed Britain and the Netherlands on the night of January 31, 1953. A deep Atlantic storm swept toward the North Sea. Hurricane-force winds pushed massive waves southward just as an unusually high tide was rising. This perfect combination of pressure, tide, and wind created an enormous storm surge, a towering wall of water moving directly toward the low-lying coasts of the Netherlands and eastern England. Most people were asleep, completely unaware that the sea was already climbing over the land. Shortly after midnight, disaster struck in the Netherlands. Aging dikes began to crumble under the immense pressure. Water burst through dozens of breaches across Zeeland and South Holland, flooding entire villages within minutes. Families woke to freezing waters rushing through their homes. Roofs became the only refuge as whole houses were swept away. Across the United Kingdom, sea walls in East Anglia and the Thames Estuary were overwhelmed. Farms, railways, and coastal towns were swallowed by the rising surge. Lifeboats and rescue crews worked non-stop through the storm. But widespread communication failures left many people isolated and cut off from help. The floodwaters rose with terrifying speed. In some Dutch towns, more than 4 meters of water poured in. Thousands of people climbed onto rooftops or clung to trees as freezing winds cut through the darkness. In the UK, entire communities were evacuated by small boats and countless farms were destroyed. By morning, the full scale of the disaster became horrifyingly clear. Over 1,800 deaths in the Netherlands, more than 300 in the UK, and hundreds of thousands of animals drowned. It was one of the deadliest European floods of the 20th century. This tragedy exposed major weaknesses in coastal defenses. In response, the Netherlands launched the massive Delta Works project, a world-renowned engineering system built to ensure such a disaster could never happen again. In the UK, the catastrophe eventually led to the construction of the Thames Barrier, one of the most important flood defenses in Europe. The 1953 flood fundamentally reshaped how nations protect themselves from rising seas and extreme storms. The North Sea flood of 1953 remains a powerful reminder of how fragile human communities can be against the sea, and how innovation can rise from tragedy. Thanks for watching 3 Minute Studio. Like, share, and subscribe for more 3-minute history stories.